or Mina? There are some games that I want to love, or at least just like more than I do, and today's game, Quinty for the Famicom, or Mendel Palace as it was called when released for the NES in North America, fits that description perfectly. Released in 1989 by Namco, this was in fact the very first game that Game Freak developed, and they'd eventually gone to create such famous titles such as Mario and Wario. Oh, and of course their most famous, Nontan or Isshou. But anyway, go on then. Yes, of course, they went on to make Pokemon. Quinty is a simple enough concept. 8 palaces to conquer to get to the final palace and then rescue the princess. One day, I'd love to play one of these rescue the princess games where the hero turns up to find said damsel in distress actually kicking the bejesus out of their captor and scornfully shouting, "What took you so long?" In each palace there are 10 sub-stages, including the final boss battle, and each one has an enemy with a particular movement or behaviour gimmick, such as spinning and bouncing around, jumping around, mimicking, drawing enemies and obstructions, and so on. Each palace starts on an easy first stage to a final boss battle. Sometimes this can be a total cakewalk, and sometimes it's an it's gone 4 AM rage baiter. The basic objective is to slam all of the enemies into the outer walls of the zone by pulling the rug, so to speak, from under them, by attacking from the adjacent tile to slide them in the opposite direction of their travel. It's pretty simple in that respect, but you can only move in the cardinal directions, so there is no true 8-way movement. Some tiles have visible pickups or actions on starting a stage, and some will reveal as you shuffle them. Some will help you and some will hinder you. Some will be required seemingly to beat a stage as well. In addition, some tiles will become hard walls and some can't be shuffled at all. It's all quite a lot to keep a track of. Stars speed up your movement slightly, and 100 of them gives you an extra life. These ripple panels will flip all of the tiles in the same horizontal and vertical row. And this type of ripple panel will only trigger in their indicated direction, flipping the tiles. The rotating bonus tiles are self-explanatory, giving you points, stars, or an extra life. This moon tile converts the stage to night, and all blank tiles will become star pickups. The time tile adds a little more time before enemy movement speeds up, though there is no indication in the game of when this will occur. There is a sun tile that will flip all the tiles on the stage, and the most annoying is the enemy generator tile. There are also other types of tiles to help or hinder you. Keeping track of all the different types can be quite a task in the heat of gameplay, but this isn't what I perceive to be Quinty's biggest problem. That, unfortunately, is with the core mechanic, the inconsistency shuffling the adjacent tile. If you're not on your current tile square enough, it will not shuffle the adjacent tile, meaning the enemy comes stomping in towards you, losing a life. Coupled with a lack of diagonal evasion from marauding enemies, it can become annoying when you're trying to attack quickly, but it fails, and then you can't evade as efficiently as you would like. Sometimes what you need to do is find the right tile in the stage and continuously trigger it to clear the stage. So it's not always a matter of skill in this game that wins the day, as the difficulty swings quite wildly between stages at times. It wasn't unknown for me to say struggle on the 7th stage of a palace and then breeze through the 8th and 9th. And to all of this, whilst the continues are infinite, there is no password or save feature, meaning all 100 initial stages must be beaten in one go, which then unlocks 100 further difficult stages that must be completed in order. To me, the mixture of gameplay quirks along with the feeling that sometimes you're cheesing your way through stages rather than beating them with skill is something in a game that I don't particularly enjoy. Or it could just be that I'm rubbish at this game, but I didn't find myself having the same kind of fun I had with their later Mario and Wario, or perhaps Game Freak's biggest success to date, Drill Dozer. Don't get me wrong, there is quite a lot to like here. The concept itself seems fine, but it's the execution I feel lets it down. Presentationally, I really like Quinty, and I'm not going to lie, this is one of the reasons I want to like it more, because this game has a lot of style with excellent sprite work, and little flourishes like a boss character that brings to life your enemies, although this can get tedious when you have to play the stage over and over to try and beat it. Or these guys who draw little chalk drawings on the ground that sometimes come to life to further impede you. All these little touches, including the animation on losing a life, are really quite charming. And though the backgrounds are very much geometric patterns that do little to excite, the coloration of everything in pastel tones is really pleasing. Sound-wise, it's fairly pedestrian stuff, and there's way better on the Famicom, for sure on its front, but it's not distracting. In two-player mode, the chances of winning go up immensely, which suggests that the one-player mode hasn't been tweaked to compensate for not having a partner. But if you can tag team with a second player and communicate well, such as defining what sides of the player each player will be in charge of dealing with, it can definitely help. But even then, I didn't find myself fired up in two-player mode. I felt like here I am, playing Quinty again, wanting to like it, with the only difference that this time there are now two slightly frustrated players rather than one. Rating-wise, this has been quite a tough one, but I come down to this. I play games to enjoy them. And in terms of my enjoyment of Quinty, I rate this as a fair or 2 stars out of 5 game. It has some good qualities that with some refinements to the gameplay could have really helped. But I think it comes down to the overall idea only has so much staying power for me, and I am someone who likes these single-screen action puzzle hybrid games. Of course, I know I'll try playing it again in the future and probably bounce off of it just the same. Japanese rating-wise, Quinty is rated as none on a Rubbish Heap scale, as there is no Japanese text at all in this game, making it a very import-friendly release. I can sum up my thoughts on Quinty as I started out. It's a game that I want to like more than I actually do. As always, like, subscribe and all of that shit, and also check out this rad Rubbish Heap merch, available worldwide on Redbubble and Amazon. See the links below for how to purchase. I've been Saki Endo, and this has been a Rubbish Heap. じゃあねーね。
パネルめくれば激キャラこける。めくるめくめくりの世界。新面くりアクションクインティナムコ。